Hi, folks. I'm Nate with Two Guys Ride, and today Rob and I are at Street Machine Nationals here, and we are with Leo, and we have another fantastic lowrider behind us. Leo, tell us what we have.
We got a 1963 Chevy Impala, pseudo hardtop.
Man, okay, and that that just kind of touches the surface here. So let's start out, in the front here, because this has been about 5 years.
Yeah, 5-6 years.
5-6 years, and you started on the car. You had some friends that unfortunately passed away. You left the car sit for a while. Had another friend pass away.
Yeah.
Left the car sit, but the end result is really cool. Before we talk about the engine, tell us what your overall goal was with this particular car.
Just have a car to cruise.
Okay.
With my family, wife and kids.
Did you want it to be the same as every other lowrider out there?
No, I wanted something different.
Okay. So we're gonna see that all over the car as we go. So, what about the engine? What kind of engine is it?
It's a 477 big block.
Okay.
With an EFI, somewhat fuel injected.
Okay. And did you ever think about doing an LS swap with it?
I did. I had an LS for it, but I wanted something different.
And everyone else.
When I started the car, everyone had an LS. I wanted to pull up back to the 50s and open my hood and see a big block and not an LS like the other 50 Impalas that were down the line.
Right. All right. Now, you've done another unusual thing underneath here, and that's your cover. I'm assuming it's a cover over the bracing. Okay.
Yeah, we did a molded hood.
Okay. Yeah, obviously, you have chromed some parts.
Yeah.
New radiator?
Yep.
Okay.
Radiator.
All right. And did you do, how much of this whole car did you do yourself? Because you've done some by yourself.
I done some work. I molded the frame. Pitbull's hydraulics, wrapped the fully wrapped frame. I molded it once I got here. Put the suspension on, dropped the engine, and that was as far as I did.
Okay. The front headlights are LEDs?
LED lights.
Okay.
Everyone has halos. Again, I wanted to be different. Went with LEDs.
And everyone has LEDs in the back, so what did you do in the back?
Original lights.
Original lights in the back.
Yep.
Little touches.
Yeah.
Okay. What color is this?
This color's an Aspen Green. Came on a 59 Chevy Impala.
So it was not standard for this year of a car.
It was not, no.
It's a nice color, though.
Yeah, it is. Thanks.
Beautiful. All right, so you have only one spot on, technically two spots on the car that actually have, the etching on them.
Engraving, yes.
Yeah, the engraving. You've got some spots that are gold plated, but not the etching. And most of the time we see, all that etching all over the car. So is this, again, one of those things where you want it to be a little different?
Yes and no.
Yes and no, okay.
A lot of cars, you see a lot of cars, that they have it all over the place. I wanted something subtle. The guy that did my engraving on my door handle, that's what I started with. Bob out of Reno, Nevada.
Yep.
He's so booked out right now. There's no time to do the rest. Maybe there is, but now I'm seeing a lot of engraving. I want to be different from everyone else.
And that, and
there is a little more engraving to come, but
okay, but not like we see, because when we look at other lowriders, the engraving is, everywhere inside, every piece, right? Every piece you can engrave, they engrave. Okay. Your rims are really cool, and I hadn't noticed this till you mentioned, because they're sitting at a little bit of a slant right now. But what did you do with the rims that was unique?
Well, a lot of people go with the all gold.
Yeah.
When it's a color like this, something like that, they want to add gold to their car. They go all gold.
And then you
be like everyone else, right?
Yep.
I think that's good enough. Gold spokes, chrome hub, chrome knockoff. You're good. It's not too much.
No. It's that subtle touch again.
That subtle touch again, yeah.
Okay, so, subtle touches often come with a great deal of decision making. So let's talk about this interior for a minute, because, man, this was quite the process when you selected the colors and the inserts. And so tell us the story about this and how you came up with this.
Originally, the plan was to do the 59 interior color with the 59 inserts. So I reached out to Gina from Sandelia's Interior out in Arizona. Uh, Told her my plan. She wanted pictures of the car. I sent her pictures, and she came back. I'm gonna send you some samples, and you're gonna love it. She sent back this sample right here that we went with, and it matches my top. Different from everyone else. See a lot of 62s, a lot of 63s, 64s with the 59 inserts.
Okay.
We went with something different, and it's just amazing. We went with the 59 vinyl, but we went with different inserts.
You know, and I hope that picks up because it does have like every color of the roof, and that's what you sent. One of the things that you sent a picture of.
It has the three colors except the purple, but it has the gold, the greens, the two-tone greens, and all that. It has all that the roof has.
I mean, it looks like this could have come from the factory. It really does. I mean, this is a nice combination you picked out. You have Dakota digital gauges.
I have a Dakota digital gauges. I have a original tilt column,
Okay.
and it's an original AC car.
Oh, really?
It is original AC car.
Okay. And I'm assuming you've replaced the lines and
I went with
repressurized.
the vintage air.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But the vent and all, it's original.
That's an original. Okay. Windows. There were a couple different choices for tinting.
Yes. I went with the Coca-Cola glass.
Okay, it's a green tint
It's a
because you
green
don't
tint.
know that right.
Yep.
Okay, so let's walk to the back here. Absolutely. I know you're not done back here yet,
No.
but I love the painted color matched batteries.
Batteries, yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen that. That is just really cool. So tell us who set this up, what it does.
So the hydraulic setup was done by my guy Frankie out in Chicago.
Yeah.
I told him I wanted something plain and simple. A lot of guys go and they do the panels on the sides and cover the batteries and all that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to show what was there, but I wanted it to look nice and clean. So he came up with this setup: hard lines and painted batteries, chrome hold downs.
It's extremely clean looking. You achieved what you went for. Future plans for the trunk.
Maybe add a little more vinyl in the back with a little vinyl and fiberglass cover on the bottom to cover the trunk.
So it's kind of seal up all the joints between things.
Seal up all the joints and all that.
Okay. Now you've also done the same thing with the trunk, as you did in the front hood.
Yes.
Okay.
I figured again that's something different. A lot of guys do murals and all that.
Yep.
I mean, it's been done before, but
you wanted something different.
I just wanted something different. And again, I don't know. Maybe I'll do murals down
the road. Hey, a car's never done.
No, a car is never done.
Never done.
Not.
I like
Unless your wife says it is.
Unless your wife says it is. Yeah, then it's done. I like the gold-plated emblem in the back here. That is really neat. Okay, let's walk up on this side. Let's talk about the roof a minute. So, did you do this? You send it out?
So the roof got done down in Texas. Painter's named Pablo.
Okay.
Known as Candy and Chrome out of California.
Okay.
He did it down in Texas. Guy that I know actually owned the car, and he got the patterns done. And he ended up buying a 57 convertible. This is when I picked up this car from him.
Okay.
And the top was already done.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I admire people who can paint like this.
And that's what it's the 90s style patterns. It's pearl patterns. You know, they're called pearl patterns.
Okay. I mean, it's stunning. I mean, and again, it's subtle because when you're coming up to the car from a little distance, you don't pick up that the roof is different. Not until you get a little closer, and then also you're like, huh?
Yep.
And I mean, it's just beautiful.
Like when the sun hits it, you start seeing the flakes that are in this color and that color.
Which again is reflected in your seat inserts too.
Reflects the interior.
Oh man! All right, let's walk up front here. So a couple more questions, Leo. You know, any future plans with the car? Like we've already talked about the trunk.
Yep.
But any other things?
A little more engraving, a little more gold plating, not too much.
Okay.
Again, the gold plating is going to be a little different than what everyone else does. I haven't seen it yet on a 63, so we're just going to see if it's different and if it goes good with the car.
So some future plans, we always know cars never finished.
Never.
All right. So what is one of your favorite memories with a car?
Just having the guys over helping me out, you know, especially the ones that left us already. And then just seeing my son, my 15-year-old, the first time we drove it, me looking to the right and just seeing a smile on his face.
Yeah. It's neat, it's neat having that extra family
Yeah.
that comes around to help.
Yep.
And it's not just about the car, it's about that relationship. It's about, it's so much more than just a car.
Oh, yeah.
But a car is what brings you together.
Yep.
So
it is. It's what has brought all of us together.
And now you're impressing that on your son.
Yeah.
Who no doubt will be digging into Dad's wallet soon to start his own.
Yeah, he already has. I gave him my first lowrider that my parents bought me, and I built that one too. At the age of 16, I started building it, and I gave it to him already.
Oh, nice. So he's got a car that you built.
Yep.
That is just awesome.
He has that car.
Leo, thank you so much for spending your time with us today and your beautiful, beautiful car.
Thanks
We sure appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.